I'm Ava, 30 years old, and I can still picture the morning I realized my coworker, Lauren, had stolen something precious from me. It was a crisp November day in our small Colorado town, the kind where the mountains loom sharp against a pale blue sky, and the air smells like pine and frost. I was in the break room of our real estate office, the fluorescent lights buzzing softly, when I reached into my purse for my grandmother's sapphire necklace, my most treasured possession, and found it gone. My heart sank, the room's warmth fading as I stood there, coffee mug trembling in my hand. I wasn't thinking about revenge yet, but what Lauren did, stealing my jewelry and thinking she'd get away with it, set me on a path to make sure she faced the consequences. This is my story of betrayal, anger, and how I got her fired. Calmly and legally, Lauren and I started at Harper Realty 3 years ago, both fresh out of training, eager to sell houses in our tight-knit town of Crestview. The office was small, just a dozen of us, with big windows overlooking the Rockies and a coffee pot that never stopped brewing. Lauren was all charm, blonde hair, bright smile, always in heels that clicked on the hardwood floors. We got along at first, grabbing lunch at the diner, sharing tips on clients. I thought we were friends. I'd wear my grandmother's necklace to work sometimes, a delicate silver chain with a deep blue sapphire pendant passed down from my mum's mom. It wasn't flashy, but it meant everything to me. Gran passed when I was 15, and that necklace was my connection to her. Lauren would compliment it, her eyes lingering a little too long. "That's so pretty, Ava," she'd say, and I'd smile, not thinking twice. Things shifted about a year ago. Lauren got competitive, hogging leads, schmoozing with our boss, Tom, to get the best listings. I'm a closer, quiet, methodical, good at reading clients, but Lauren played dirty. She'd forget to pass on my messages, take credit for my sales, even spread rumors that I was slacking. I let it slide, thinking it was just ambition, but it stung. Then I started noticing other things. My desk supplies would vanish. Pens, notepads, even my favorite mug. I'd find them in her drawer, and she'd laugh it off, saying, "Oh, must have grabbed it by mistake." I started locking my purse in my desk, but I didn't think she'd go as far as stealing something personal. That November morning, I'd worn the necklace to work for a big client meeting. It was a Friday, the office buzzing with end-of-week energy, sunlight streaming through the windows, casting long shadows on the carpet. I'd hung my purse on the break room hook during lunch, a habit we all had. After the meeting, I went to freshen up, reached for the necklace to wear it for confidence. It always made me feel like Graham was with me, and it wasn't there. I tore through my purse, checked my desk, the bathroom, even the floor under the break room table. Nothing. My stomach churned as I replayed the day. Lauren had been in the break room, chatting with Tom. Her laugh too loud. Her purse slung over her shoulder. I didn't want to believe it, but a voice in my head whispered, "She took it." I didn't confront her right away. I needed proof. I went to Tom, trying to keep my voice steady, and asked if we could check the office security camera. It was a small system, just one camera in the break room, mostly for liability. Tom was sympathetic but hesitant. "Ava, are you sure it's not at home?" he asked, his brow furrowed. I shook my head, my throat tight. "It was in my purse this morning." He agreed to review the footage, but only with HR present. That night, I went home to my apartment, a cozy place with mountain views and a worn leather couch. I sat there, staring at Graham's old photo on the mantel, her kind eyes framed by wrinkles, and felt a mix of grief and fury. That necklace was irreplaceable, and Lauren knew it. The next day, Tom called me into his office. The HR rep Diane was there, her notepad ready. They'd watched the footage. "Ava," Tom said, his voice low, "it shows Lauren reaching into your purse during lunch. She took something small, but the angle's bad. We can't confirm it's the necklace." My heart raced. Anger bubbling up. "It's her," I said, my voice shaking. Diane frowned. "Without clear proof, we can't accuse her, but we'll talk to her." I left the office, the mountain air cold against my face, and knew talking wouldn't be enough. Lauren would deny it, flash that smile, and skate by. I wasn't going to let her. I started watching her closer. Lauren was careless, always leaving her desk unlocked, her phone out. One day, while she was on a call, I noticed her purse open on her chair. Inside, I saw a glint of silver, a chain tucked in a side pocket. My pulse spiked, but I didn't touch it. I needed to be smart. I started documenting everything. Dates when things went missing, times she was near my desk, even her smug comments about my lost necklace. "Maybe you should be more careful, Ava," she'd said once, her eyes glinting. I also remembered something. Lauren had a habit of bragging on her private Instagram, a locked account she thought I couldn't see. I'd followed her ages ago, before things soured, and she hadn't blocked me. Late one night, my apartment dark, except for the glow of my laptop. I checked her Instagram. There it was, a story from 2 days ago. Lauren at a bar, wearing my sapphire necklace, the pendant catching the light as she laughed. My hand shook, but I screenshotted it, saved the video, and felt a spark of determination. This wasn't just about the necklace anymore. It was about her thinking she could take what was mine and walk away. I called my friend Mia, a paralegal who'd helped me with a lease dispute once. Over coffee at the diner, the smell of bacon in the air, I showed her the screenshot. "Can I use this?" I asked. She nodded. "It's not stealing if you're exposing the truth. Just don't break any laws." I went home, the mountains dark against the starry sky, and started planning. Lauren wasn't just going to lose my necklace. She was going to lose her job. That November night, as I sat in my Colorado apartment, the mountains dark against the starry sky, I felt a fire in my chest I hadn't felt in years. The glow of my laptop lit up the room, showing Lauren's Instagram story, her wearing my grandmother's sapphire necklace, laughing like she hadn't just stolen a piece of my heart. I'd screenshotted it, saved the video, and with Mia's legal advice, I was ready to make Lauren pay, not with drama, but with the truth. I wasn't just getting my necklace back. I was going to get her fired, calmly, legally, and in a way that'd make our small town of Crestview talk for years. I started by building my case. Mia came over the next morning, a Saturday, the air crisp with frost, the Rockies sharp in the distance. We sat on my leather couch, coffee mugs steaming, and spread out my evidence like a map. I had the Instagram screenshot, the video of Lauren wearing the necklace, and my notes, dates when my stuff went missing, times she was near my desk, her smug comments. Mia's eyes narrowed as she read through it. "This is solid, Ava," she said, tapping the screenshot. "The security footage shows her taking something from your purse. And this proves it's the necklace." She suggested I draft an email to Tom, our boss, and Diane, the HR rep, laying out the facts. "Don't accuse outright," Mia warned. "Just present the evidence and let them connect the dots." I nodded, my hands steady, but my heart racing. This wasn't just about the necklace. It was about Lauren thinking she could walk all over me. I spent that day crafting the email, the wind howling outside, rattling my apartment's windows. I attached the screenshot, a still from the security footage Tom had mentioned, and a photo of me wearing the necklace at a client meeting last month, proving it was mine. I wrote, "I believe Lauren took my grandmother's necklace from my purse on November 3rd. The attached evidence supports this." I kept it short, professional, but every word felt like a punch. I sent it to Tom and Diane that evening, then sat back, the room quiet except for the hum of the heater. I pictured Graham's kind eyes, her voice telling me to stand up for myself. I was doing this for her too. Monday morning, I walked into Harper Realty. the office smelling like coffee and fresh paper. The mountains glowed pink outside, but inside, the air was tense. Lauren was at her desk, typing furiously, her heels clicking as she got up to grab a file. She didn't look at me, but I caught her glance at my purse, like she was checking if I'd noticed anything. Tom called me into his office before lunch. Diane already there, her notepad out. "Ava, we got your email," Tom said, his voice heavy. "We're taking this seriously." Diane held up the screenshot, her face grim. "Lauren's been asked to explain this. Can you confirm the necklace's details?" I described it. The silver chain, the sapphire's deep blue, the tiny scratch on the clasp from when Graham wore it gardening. They nodded and I left, my palms sweaty, but my resolve firm. Lauren was called in next. I couldn't hear the conversation, but through the office's glass walls, I saw her gesturing, her face flushed, that bright smile gone. She came out an hour later, avoiding my eyes, and left early, claiming she was sick. I knew better. That night, I checked her Instagram. She'd deleted the story, but I'd already saved it. I also found a new post on her private account, a vague rant about jealous co-workers. It made my blood boil, but I stayed calm. I wasn't playing her game. I was playing mine, and I was winning. The next day, Tom pulled me aside again. It was snowing lightly, the office windows frosted, the mountains blurred in the distance. "Ava," he said, "Lauren admitted to taking the necklace. She said it was a mistake, but the evidence is clear." My heart leaped, but I kept my face neutral. Diane joined us, explaining they'd found the necklace in Lauren's desk, hidden in a makeup bag. After a search prompted by my email, "We're terminating her for theft and violation of company policy," Diane said. "You'll get your necklace back today." I nodded, my throat tight with relief, but also a flicker of guilt. Had I pushed too far? Then I remembered Graham's necklace, Lauren's smugness, her lies about my work. No, this was justice. Lauren was escorted out that afternoon, her heels silent for once, her purse clutched tight. She shot me a look, part anger, part shame, as she passed my desk. I didn't flinch. "You shouldn't have taken what's mine," I said, my voice low, steady. She didn't respond, just walked out into the snow, her blonde hair catching flakes as she disappeared. Tom handed me the necklace later, the sapphire cool in my hand, the scratch on the clasp glinting under the office lights. I held it tight, picturing Graham's smile, and felt whole again. The office was quiet, my co-workers whispering, but for the first time in weeks, I felt their respect, not pity. Word spread fast in Crestview. By evening, the diner was buzzing with gossip. Neighbors talking about Lauren's firing, how she'd been caught stealing. My friend Mia texted me, "You did it, Ava! Drinks on me." I met her at the pub, the same one where Lauren wore my necklace in her video. The bartender, a guy who knew us both, gave me a nod. "Heard about Lauren. Good for you." I smiled, sipping my beer, the mountains dark outside. I didn't gloat, but I felt a quiet satisfaction. Lauren had tried to undermine me, steal from me, and I'd turned it around without raising my voice. Life went back to normal, or better. I wore Graham's necklace to work again, its weight a reminder of what I'd fought for. My co-workers stopped whispering, and Tom gave me a big listing, a mountain cabin deal Lauren would have killed for. I heard Lauren moved to Denver, chasing a new job, but her reputation followed her. Small towns talk, and Crestview didn't forget. I didn't feel bad. She'd made her choices, and I'd made mine. I'm 30 now, still selling houses in Crestview, still living in my cozy apartment with mountain views. I'm not proud of getting Lauren fired, but I don't regret it either. She thought she could take what was mine, my necklace, my peace, and walk away clean. I showed her actions have consequences, and I did it my way. Calm, legal, and sharp. If someone's betrayed you, don't let them win. Fight back with the truth. Steady and smart. Share your story in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.